Hello and welcome to another update video about Chainlink. Chainlink still continues to be in a correction, as we did expect, and also we have now reached the target area, and I'm going to zoom in a minute. For everybody who's new on this channel, we've been talking about this ongoing correction for Chainlink, and I believe that Chainlink, after it hits its all-time high here in May, it has started a correction in a wave A, B, and we are now in the wave C. This year, the all-time high was a larger wave 1, and we're now in a larger wave 2, after which you should see a larger wave 3 that could Chainlink to a price of around $100 US. Fantastic opportunity, therefore, at the moment, at least from my point of view. That is no financial advice, of course. But this is unfortunately when people get less interested, even though this is the period where people should get very interested, in my point of view. So we can also draw here a descending wedge. Now, however you want to draw it, there are different ways of doing it. You can do it like that, but then you cut through the price action, or you can just do it like that, and you've got another, then you have much more space actually. Yeah, you can see this ascending trend line. This is the trend line that did support Chainlink throughout 2021, even throughout 2020. That was broken. There are still a few cryptos that are above this trend line, and I expect this to be broken for them as well. And when it broke, that led to quite a bit of a sell-off again. We talked about it, and it was a retest, and as the retest was successful, Chainlink then came down and hit the target area here. The target area is sitting between $11.40 and $6 pretty much, yeah. And this is the area between the 78.6% FIB level and the 88.7% FIB level. Good to see the price has hit the target area, but it doesn't mean just because it did touch it that the downtrend is over. We always need to wait how the price is reacting to the target area. We have seen a fairly strong reaction. Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy, but we saw that wick here coming down to $11.40, and then it got all the way up again to around $13, and the price is now back above support. So it has reclaimed the support line here at $13.50. That was the low from the 24th of January. So it has come back above support. But again, there is not really any major bullishness here in the chart yet. And as long as we don't see a higher low and a higher high, and I mean something that would really be something from that kind of wave degree, like, yeah, so I would want to have the next major wave here. I would want that to either be a higher high or at least a higher low, yeah. And until we break, for example, the 50-day moving average or break out of this descending wedge, I'm not convinced that the downtrend is over at all. I actually think we're going to go deeper into the target area here, certainly see the $11.40 again, but more likely probably really we're probably going to really see here the $6, and yeah, probably the $6 level really. That is what I still expect here for Chainlink. And if we look at the indicators here, for example, the 4-day chart, yeah, there's a bit of noise outside, sorry, but if we see the 4-day chart, what we will see is on the RSI, and by the way, the 4-day chart is a very meaningful chart. The RSI is still making here lower lows, and the RSI is also still has more scope for further downside, yeah. So it's not at the 30 level yet. 30 would be oversold. We are still above that. The MACD as well, pretty much just moving sideways. The MACD line, the blue one, also still further pointing to the downside. There is no sign of a recovery here on the 4-day chart, and we could take a look on the daily chart. But even here, I mean, you get your bullish crossover, so that is worth mentioning. But again, the RSI isn't really moving at all, so there is not really a lot of bullish momentum. And if the RSI isn't really picking up, but the MACD is doing here a bullish crossover, it could just be a bit of sideways movement here as well on the MACD, and it might cross back to the into the red zone very shortly, right? I think what we see here now, that the shorter term indicators are coming up a little bit, might only be because of that strong reaction that we saw to the target area. But again, what I would want to see now is a higher high and a higher low, yeah. We have seen it sort of here in this smaller degree. Yeah, you have here a higher low here and your higher high compared to the previous one. That's a good start, but we want to have something like that where now the price is going higher. Yeah, then comes down here. No, I didn't want to draw it like that. So makes here something and comes above the previous swing high and swing low. Yeah, so certainly the previous swing low. I want to see a larger degree higher low, and of course also break here ideally the 50-day moving average. But what I also always need to say is that anywhere in this target area, and it did touch it, yeah, it did touch it, anywhere in this target area the correction could be over. But looking at the chart, I don't have positive confirmation that the downtrend is over yet. So therefore I have to expect lower prices still. I think I still would expect lower prices. You know what we want to do, if you zoom out, you can see these key points on the chart that are relevant. Yeah, so you zoom it out, you see first of all your 200-day moving average, your 50-day moving average here in yellow and in orange. What a key point in the chart is this ascending trend line. Yeah, and this ascending trend line, if we went up there today and tried to break it, it would be at $19. Yeah, so the $19 level, for example, would be a level that I'd be looking for, or make it a little bit higher, make it $20, and then we even break here above this swing high here. There you go, this major, this would even be 1955 or something. So I would want to break above that in order to really get more confidence that the downtrend is over. Until then, for me, the downtrend is still at play here, but it's certainly good to say and good to see that a couple of days ago the target area was reached that we've been talking about since probably the end of November. So yeah, nothing too positive yet here to say on the chart, but certainly expected still lower prices. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then yeah, check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.